Hello everybody, it's Clockwork Empires. My name is Dan. I haven't played this game on the channel for a while because, well, the game was early access, and at the time when I started playing it, in very early alpha, it didn't have much going on. I could tell it would be good, and I bought it off of the reputation that Gaslamp Games, who made this game, they made a game called Dungeons of Dreadmore, and based off the quality of that game and how much I liked it, I went early access with this one. And lo and behold, I took several months off from playing it, and now it's in beta 52, and wow, I'm really liking this game quite a lot. In this, let's go back here. So, I could create a new world, but I'm not going to do that. Because this one I've created is just fine. When you create a new world, it creates a new map, and there's all these little places that you can go, and there's different types of biomes. The type of wildlife doesn't seem to change yet, so I don't think they've messed with that. Rich in timber and minerals, rumors of fish people. It's the same for every place, it seems. The one thing that I've noticed that I am trying to work with right now is biomes that don't have swamps, because the terrain is just kind of hard to work with. Now there are different types of loadouts, but I'm just going to go with the simple one. Other ones that I've had success with have been this one's called Star Wars Supply, which gives you an extra foot soldier, and you get like a landmine, which I haven't been able to figure out how to work yet. Nature's Bounty is good because they have a lot of food. You get some more building materials here, but I'm just going to go with my first colony starter pack. And we're going to set the course for venture, and I'm going to cut the video until when I'm given control of the game. Okay. Now, this is always just a bit of flavor text. I don't know if it has anything to do with any actual gameplay, but you hit huzzah and you just start going. Now, one time when I was playing this, one of these boxes fell on the head of one of my colonists and caused some damage to them. They were alright, but I did see that happen. Now, looking at this, it looks like we got kind of a difficult terrain. It's not too bad. We're in this little ditch here, but there's plenty of flat land over here that we can build on without having to landscape. And I think this is probably where we're going to be building out. There's this one section right here that I think I'm going to go ahead and just right away try and flatten out. Now, I've had trouble with this in the past. Let's cancel that job. And see if I can do that a little better. So, because we're like isometric view, you kind of have to do it diagonally. Alright, I just forgot about that. Alright, let these people start working. The stockpile is an area where they're going to be putting stuff. It's like an area where I guess the colonists know to start grabbing things from when they have construction jobs and things like that. Alright, get out of that. And I'm going to set up a few small forestry jobs, chopping down these conifers. I think I'll do 3 of them, just to kind of clear out the area a bit. And one thing I'm going to do here is, under work crews, right now at the bottom we have our military person. They have a different type of uniform. I'm going to give them some help with another laborer and turn on hunting jobs. And then set them out on a hunt. Looks like 2 different hunting jobs here. I don't know where the other one is. Is there a smaller animal in here somewhere? Oh no, there's 2 of these aurochs. So hopefully they won't get hurt doing that. The other thing I'm going to do is mine these boulders. These are rhyolite boulders, and they are very important construction material. Very important for building initially. And let's see. I'm going to set some foraging jobs as well. In this type of biome, you'll find berries. There's only one there. Let's see if we can find a good amount. That's decent. Just a few more maybe. Alright, here we go. That's plenty. Alright. So if we look at our job list here, we got 3 different foraging jobs. One of them is pretty big, and this one's just 3. The mining job, let's look at that. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different nodes to mine. Trees, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bigger one over here. I wanted to set up 3 different ones, but somehow that didn't work out. That's okay though. You start out with some logs and some planks. And right now, I think I'd like to just set up the farm as an initial thing. Okay, where's a good spot? I'm going to, let's see, right in the middle of the map. And it seems like there are 3 different directions we can go out of without doing too much landscaping. And I'm thinking the farms will stretch out to the north. I think that'll work out. Put that there. Now's a good time to just check out who we got. So we got a level 2 farmer. That's decent. Level 3 smith. That's not going to be for a while. Level 2 carpenter. That's good. Another farmer. That's also good. And a level 3 cook, which is excellent. Alright. So right away, I'm going to get one of our farmers on the job. Our first one at the top, Ada Ironworth. She is a decent farmer. And now, with buildings in this current patch, these types like tree stumps and stuff are automatically, a job is set to clear them out. Oh, we got some coal over here. That's interesting. So buildings automatically clear terrain, but zones like farms and what is it called? Loading zones? The stockpiles do not automatically set jobs for clearing terrain. So our first workshop, as always, is the carpentry shop. I'm gonna put that right here. 8x8, that's pretty good. Building in squares works out for me. It makes things easy. And so as you can see there, it created 3 jobs to clear this pine sapling, this stump, and this other stump. So those are just new jobs that are added to the queue. So building buildings can sort of get your queue all filled up with stuff if you're not too careful. Are these trees being chopped? Chop it down. So now I get to wait a little while this place gets built. One thing I think that usually helps me out is to, whoever's going to be working in this spot, I set them just to construction and hauling jobs. I've turned off all the other types of jobs so that they will focus on making their own workshop. And it just seems to be a good way to transition into having one just regular laborer overseer to having let's turn off these hunting jobs. So to finish my train of thought, this game is like that where I will get distracted and just do something else. It's totally like a bureaucratic thing. It helps, I think, to transition them from a general labor overseer to being the actual laborer assigned, or the overseer assigned to a workshop. Something I found that works for me. My initial unassigned worker, because you get one, at the beginning is to, I usually put them right on the farming as soon as I remember to do that. So as I was talking about that other stuff, I was also switching the worker from a military foot soldier to a farmer. And as we can see, that's Phoebe Mountebank. You double click her. She's reclusive. That's too bad. But she's also gossiping. Now, it's interesting stuff, these things these feelings that they get. So gossiping gives you +4 to happiness, -1 to despair, -1 to anger, -1 to fear. And join the colonies, +10 to happiness, -5 despair, -5 anger, -5 fear. So those are both very positive things. As we go along, we're definitely, if we take a look at these things, we're definitely going to see some negative stuff, because this game is very difficult. I haven't gotten very far. I've never built a science lab. I've never gotten a steam night. And I really need to mine this coal. It's just like, I need to do it. Are these all? Yeah, these are all boulders. That's good. Don't want to give them too many jobs right now. Alright, this workshop is in need of a door. If a colonist builds a building and there's no door on it, they can get trapped and starve if you're not careful. And every once in a while I've noticed, and this is a bug that I hope gets fixed at some point, is you will put a door on a building and the place will get built. And this has mostly been on residences I've noticed, homes, or anything that falls under the housing tab. There's 3 different types: lower, middle, and upper class. But mostly on middle class residences, I've found sometimes the order for a door just disappears. And just having the order for the door allows the colonists to walk through, which is great. Alright, so it looks like the building of this carpentry will be done soon. So we also want to put our workbench in. I'm just going to put 1 workbench for now because we have those extra mining jobs and I don't want to get the queue all filled up. And I'm not going to put any windows on just yet until we start producing planks, because they do take 1 plank apiece. This is the standard view that I'm going to be trying to take so that I don't get confused. Now, my idea is that when these areas are cleared, we'll have another farm here, and then we'll have a kitchen right over here. But gotta wait. And then from there, I guess we'll probably have a barracks over here, and a ceramics workshop over here, maybe. We could also put another farm out, like right here. In fact, I may just do that just for the purposes of planning. I'm not going to assign anyone to it yet because we got way too much other things on the plate that I want to get done. So this is the mining of the coal down here. And as you can see, it's not happening right now. So I'm tempted to take someone off of construction duty and put them just on mining, or take them off of everything except for mining, but that's, I don't know, I think it's a little early to be doing that. Got some good berries. We got some good meat. We still have 19 of our bread. I'm not sure how many we started with. So this copper, I know what iron ingots are used for, once you get the metalworks up, but copper ingots, I'm not too sure. It's a beautiful day. That means crops are gonna grow quicker. That's great. Let's see how we're doing on here. It's already growing, so this should tick along a bit more. We have 2 people working on this, so hopefully we'll have cabbage soon. And we'll be able to make cabbage soup Alright, our carpentry workshop is built, and we don't have our workbench up yet, but that should happen shortly. And as soon as we do that, make sure we're chopping. Yeah, we are. As soon as that workbench is up, I will go ahead and put some windows in and start making planks. Alright, cool. The materials are there. Now we just have to have someone not fall asleep on... Ugh. Everyone's just sleeping, and all I need is for this workbench to be built. Alright. Now we can see this coal a little bit better. There's 2 nodes of it. I'm not sure how much each node yields. And sometimes it seems like other mineral sources come in from like boulders. Like every once in a while you get a piece of hematite, which is smelted into iron once you get the metal workshop up. But again, I'm still pretty inexperienced with that stage of the game. I've done several startups of the game, and it feels like that's sort of what it's meant to be. So in this video, I think we'll get up to the point where we're cooking in a kitchen. Oh, our carpentry workbench is done. I meant to double click on the place. All right, who's our good carpenter? It is Quister, Island Quister. And we're gonna set him to making planks. We'll do a baker's dozen, how about? All right. We're getting coal. We're mining coal. We only have 8 stone blocks, which isn't the best, but we'll have some coal to begin with once we get our metal shop up and running. Kind of want to build the kitchen like right here, but these coal things, I don't want them to be inside of my kitchen. I don't think it really matters, but I don't want them to be inside my kitchen. I think what I'll do is I will snake the kitchen around. In fact, it's probably a good time to build that. Alright, we got some lower class workers, that's great. I'm gonna pause it really quick because there's a few things I'd like to do because of that, which is create another carpentry workbench. I'll put some windows in. Get a better perspective. And yeah, we'll put windows on this side. The one thing I'm wary of is putting windows where I'm gonna have an attached building. So I'm gonna have like the kitchen kind of over here so that any windows there would kind of not work. Actually, let me check something really quick. If I put, can I put this? Yes, I can. All right, so that's actually perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there just for planning purposes. I'm not gonna put any workers on it just yet. But I'm gonna build my kitchen right next to the farm because it's from farm to table, baby. All right. Yeah, I was thinking of having the kitchen kind of snake around in a weird way, but I think this is gonna work out much better. This takes a good amount of stuff, but let's have the big kitchen. All right, so the door will be right here. And then put the loading bay. The loading bay door has to be built in a carpentry workshop, but just having it there allows your people to move through. So we have 2 unassigned workers. And let's see. He's gonna be our smith someday. And then we have a ceramics person. Oh, we have a farmer over here. All right, Jasper Smithluck, you're gonna start farming over here. And I'm gonna give you one of these workers. And then the other worker I'm gonna give to the military, our NCO, because We never know when bandits could hit. I'm just focused on food right now. Food and planks. But yeah, and then our cook. Let's do this little thing. Oh yeah, we got a good cook. So I'm gonna take him off of everything except for construction and hauling so that we can get this kitchen built for him. And hopefully we'll get a new overseer soon. Now, one thing I like actually is that you can change the view of these buildings, and I actually like having the roof on. Now, if anyone is watching this and has a preference over what they'd like to see, let me know, and I will consider it. Because having it's not a big deal, but I do like having it on because it kind of gives you a little bit of like privacy. This is what it actually looks like, you know? And if you need to look in and see them all sleeping on the floor of your carpenter's workshop, you can, but you don't need to. You don't need to see that sort of horror. Let's see, we don't have any, we do have some foraging. A couple of foraging jobs. And 7, 12. So we'll be able to do, once the oven's up, we'll be able to do 6 berry stews, or I forget what it's called. All right, there's a new overseer. Let's take a look at him or her. It's a her. Naturalism, that's cool. Naturalism, right now, from what I can tell, all they do is go out and look at, let's see if we have any. Yeah, something like this. It says, requires mineralogical report. They go out and they basically figure out, if you build a mine out there, what types of minerals you're gonna get from it. And what we're looking for is a hematite, which is iron. And it'd be cool if we could get some sand too, but we'll see. Now I might have been a little early putting these windows in because, as you can see, I need 13 planks. So I'm gonna get rid of these orders for windows. All right, this is basically saying that they want you to build a barracks, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. We're gonna get the kitchen up first, and then we'll build a barracks. And then we'll build a ceramics, and then we'll build a naturalist. There's just way too much to do. This type of game just is ridiculous like that. Always something to do. So, for the purposes of keeping these videos manageable, I'm going to try and keep them under half an hour, I think. And the point at which I will cut this one is when we get this kitchen up and running. Okay, we got this other workshop is going. Get it producing some planks right quick. And let's see really quick. Do we have, our carpenter doesn't have a helper. So I'm gonna take this one off of this extra farm that we have and give him to the carpenter. And hopefully when we get some new people, there'll be enough so that we can help Jasper Smithluck. Because he's working hard. He's halfway done with the tilling. That's great. This is stage 3 of growing. It's nice and sunny. That's great. So just for safety, really quick, I'm going to do a save. I've turned off autosave because I found that it can crash if you're in the middle of doing something big. So I'd prefer to right now just leave the autosave off and try and remember to do it. I've had some pretty devastating losses. Well, it's relatively devastating. Thought this guy was farming for a second, but he's just chopping down this tree that's in the middle of the farm. Alright, how are we doing on materials? We're pretty low on stone. That's bad. So we may need to think about putting someone just on duty for mining, just on mining duty. We need more people. That's what we need. This guy's mining. It's our smith. Let's keep you mining. And then these three people, or these two, can just construct buildings. Which works pretty well. How we doing? 13, we got 23. So someone should very, very soon... Our cook, actually, should probably be the one doing this. Yeah. It's you. Let's follow you. And lo and behold, you are carrying some wood. That's good. It's good that you're carrying wood. That means that eventually... Well, what he's doing right now is he's stacking wood up, which is great. As soon as he gets 13 in a stack... Let's stop following for a second. That's 8. But right now he wants to go out and eat, it looks like. He's just wandering. Colonists like to wander. He's adaptable, which is good. Fondness for beetles. And he's organized. That'll be great once he gets to work in the kitchen. Alright, food-wise, we're doing okay. These should be done soon, and the kitchen should be done soon. I'm hoping that once the kitchen is built, we'll be able to get the stove up. Okay, so someone just needs to build it now, and I guess here we got an overseer. That's good. We needed that. They're good at farming. That's also good. But I'm gonna leave him off of the farm right now. This farm right now is I'm a little ahead of where I usually would be with the farm. The tilling's done up here. That's great. What we need is the stone oven. And we'll put it here. I don't want to put it in the wrong place. That's weird. Oh, it's gone. Little glitch. Alright, I think it's an okay time to start putting those windows back in place for our carpenters so that they don't have to work in the dark. They made plenty of planks. And we'll put a couple in our kitchen as well. Alright. Now, I'm not putting any here, again, because that's where our ceramics workshop is going to go. Let's start mining this boulder over here. And we can also chop down these trees. Sewell Bruskered's pushover rakes. Alright. I think he's our new guy. Yep. He's doing a great job building this kitchen here. Let's see. Alright, these are almost done. These cabbages. And I thought it was gonna tick up because they're working hard up here. Alright, kitchen. Oh, I like this. Oh no, he's bringing the plank to the window. Anytime now. Now when you zoom in, it seems like sometimes the lettering gets smaller. Alright, the kitchen's built. Now we need to wait for the oven to get built. But we are at about 30 minutes, so I'm going to cut the video here, do a save, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.